this is the end of part 2 of, bigger, stronger, better. And I've certainly been getting bigger and stronger and better. And today is the day that I go over my max out of a 2-rep max, and can certainly say very, very good results. And I think when it comes to squat, definitely all sorted. And deadlift, it's kind of varied, because I was like, did I want 240 or do I want 245? And I was like, if I misgroove 245, I might fail it. So I went 240 and I got it anyway, and you'll be able to see that. Bench went okay, 132.5 for 2, pretty good. I'll pretty much go over all that in pretty much a minute or so. So it's just a video about my max outs, and being fucking grateful that I have this strength to keep going forward, because I may not be the strongest person online, I may not be the biggest person online, but I certainly have the willpower to change, hence my name. Even though I feel like quitting, I'm never gonna quit. That's a whole reason why I do this, and the whole reason why I train, because at the end of the day, me not quitting gives me happiness. And at the end of the day, I love being physically active, so what's there not to love? But anyway, we'll be getting straight into push day, and starting off with squats, 220 for a pretty good set, I'll dare say myself, and then we'll go from there. So see you in the gym. So starting off with 220, as you can see, it was pretty decent. I'm even impressed with myself when it came to lifting it. That's my current max at the moment, so for 2. So it's looking fairly good for the future, and definitely looking at 235, 240, but hopefully that'll come about, and we'll see where we're at in a couple of weeks. So then went down to 160, because I was like, need to reserve my energy for the next day, which would be deadlifts, and also reserve my energy for bench, so I won't wear myself out too much. Squats were fine, no problems with those. No contest with the depth and everything, literally it's completely fine. I think I sunk the last rep, but sometimes that's to be expected. But anyway, bench press, I just had my friend here to just in case I get a misgroove or something, because it is the heaviest I've gone on bench in a while, and I wouldn't say I am completely happy with it. You can see that my tension in my legs is not great, and I definitely know my butt didn't come off, but it's something I need to work on. And I did have my belt on. It was underneath my shirt, because I was like, I need to have it underneath my shirt now, because it's like, if I have it underneath my shirt, I can just like take it off and stuff. But bench was decent. It's just like getting the leg drive solid, because I feel like in more recent it's getting better, but yet again it's just to apply to said max outs to actually work. But 140 is definitely in the books, so we will eventually get that number back, and also pause it, which will be the first time I'll ever pause it. So technically I'll be stronger this time. But anyway, doing chest flies, trying to get the chest muscles nice and activated. I didn't do incline press, because I was like, my shoulders are absolutely cooked, and I was like, I might as well just do a couple little accessories and get back to normal. eventually. But yeah, it was definitely very successful in terms of, you know, strength and, you know, where I've come from with my dodgy shoulder. But it's getting back into it, which really matters, and hopefully in the future we'll have any other injuries to worry about. But yet again, it's lifting, I can get injured at any point. But yeah, it's still looking okay, and nothing's really, you know, off. Like my shoulder's feeling okay now, and yeah. So I just decided not to do some incline, and then just went on to regular flies because the cable machine was open and it was very busy this day, and I was like, might as well get it while it's available, because I'd have really screamed because sometimes it's a pain in the ass to get stuff in this gym because it's so small and so many people come here. So it's a, you know, a bit of a struggle, but we get through it. But anyway, moving on to triceps, doing some tricep push down, and doing some tricep extension straight afterwards. I think I'll be changing, you know, when I do skull crushers, because I am doing work in the afternoons more, and yeah, I will be doing late shifts, hence why I won't be in the gym at like 6:30 or whatever, because, you know, I'll go in the morning and then just get to work, come back, edit these, and then yeah, basically just giving myself more time and stuff, because I do like, you know, my sleep, I do like, you know, my food, so I'd rather have food and stuff, you know, when I need it, really. And I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get all my meals in. I'll just need to carb up in the morning, especially when the cut is coming. If you do not know, in 4 weeks essentially I will be doing a cut, which will be interesting, because regardless of what I've been told, I don't think I'm big enough yet. I mean, that might just be me, but I'll be doing a cut, see how I look, you know, like 10 kilos down or something, because I'm currently 95 kilo, so I'm at my peak of my bulk, and yeah, it is, and that's morning weight. So yeah, trying to be more leaner and, you know, see where I'm at, because if things need, you know, more muscle and etc., I can just go off this. I mean, look, you look at my physique here, I wouldn't say it's the best, but, you know, it's definitely not the worst, but definitely gonna try and increase size as well while on a cut, which hopefully I can. But anyway, onto the deadlift. 240 for 2. It was definitely, you know, challenging, but I decided to do 240 because I was like, I'd rather have 240 than have the chance to fail, you know, 245, hence why I chose it. And then I went down to 190 and repped that out. But yeah, deadlifts went fairly good. They weren't, you know, really like insanely hard. I'd say the 240 was like RPE 9 at most. It wasn't like fully like 8.5, 9. Wasn't really like, you know, full send. Even though my eyes looked like I was in Snoop Dogg's bathroom, but it wasn't like, you know, insanely hard, which is very good. But yeah, we'll be working up towards 265, 270 hopefully in the future. So yeah, that'll be very, very entertaining to watch. But anyway, on to Pendlay rows. Hopefully I'll try increasing these, because you know, they do help with deadlifts. After all, it's like the, you know, the yank off the floor, even though I'm using like wraps around it, it does help with, you know, the activation off the floor. And I feel like that's where my weakest point is, because it's just getting it off the floor, which is the worst part. And by doing pendlay rows, it helps with, you know, just getting it off the floor, because it's like a vertical row where you're just lifting it off the floor with your posterior chain and your back muscles. So anyway, onto lats, doing some lat pull downs as usual. Yeah, I'm just trying to target more of my lower back, you know, try and build it more up, because in my very humble opinion, I don't think I have the best back in the world, and I'm not, you know, not back Jesus, and I like more improvement on my back, because sometimes I feel like it's lacking a bit, it's not as thick as I want it to be. But yet again, I do this for me, and I try and always improve as much as I can without being unhealthy, because yeah, I can think to myself I have a shit physique, but by saying that to myself, I'm only discouraging myself, which I encourage you to be more positive about your physique. Criticise it, yes. Try and do things around to, you know, push yourself, but do not be too harsh on yourself. Otherwise you'll disencourage yourself, because if you think of yourself as a bully, you're just gonna fuck yourself over, let's be honest. But yeah, rows, trying to target the traps. Yet again, my traps are fairly weak, and by doing rows and shrugs, I'm hopefully able to increase them. See, that's the healthy mindset you need, the growth mindset, the student mindset almost, to push forward without too much unhealthy, you know, mental state. Because if you have an unhealthy mental state, it's just gonna screw over your physique, and you're not gonna, you know, feel as good, because feeling good in the gym is what keeps you really there. And if you feel like shit in the gym, then you're kind of doing it wrong. Anyway, lat pullovers, trying to get the upper lats but also activating the lower lats, hence why I do lat pull down before lat pullovers, because once I get those lower lats, which I find very hard to activate, you know, once they're like kind of fatigued, once my upper lats get fatigued from doing pullovers, it will activate my lower lats, which is hence, you know, getting that sort of bit more activation from the lower lats, hence why, you know, trying to build up my back. And I feel like even doing just lat pullover and lat pull down is really all you need, because it activates the lats from different angles. So I mean, just like this, you know, I'm hitting my bicep from this angle, which would usually be a preacher curl, but the preacher curl was taken. I'm hitting my short head by rotating my, you know, wrist outwards and pulling through to my shoulder. It enables me to activate my short head more, which would be more of a preacher curl move. But I did do 2 sets of this, but it got cut out because my camera's a bit doo-doo. But yet again, but then I went on to hammer curls, which you'll see here. Hammer curls typically involve the long head, and then also the brachialis, which it also bulks out your, you know, your kind of upper arm and kind of your forearm as well, because I do agree with a lot of people my forearms are kind of shit, but I'm trying to increase them, not only for, you know, aesthetic reasons, but also strength reasons, which you'll see me do some wrist curls. It kind of like activates your grip in a way, which you do see on my deadlifts now, that I do not let it go. Like even when I put the deadlift to the floor, I'm still holding on to it, and I think that's just a result of doing the, you know, wrist curls and stuff. I'm able to grip on the bar for longer. But hammer curls are just for like mainly aesthetic reasons, hence why I've took my friend's advice on doing more of those. And yeah, I feel like it might do something, you know, we'll have to see in the coming few weeks. And yeah, really that's biceps done, and then we're going on to forearms, which yet again, wrist curls helps with strength of the the fingers, the forearm muscles, and yeah, that's really all of the start of the week. It's not, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the results, and hopefully in the future we will see some big numbers in the coming 4 weeks. So yeah, hopefully we will stick to our word and hit those numbers that we want. And yeah, but anyway, I will see you lot in the next video or whatever. And yeah, you get to look at my physique after doing a pull day. I mean, it's a big difference between a push day and a pull day, which kind of pump I have. So you get to see that anyway. But anyway, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.